What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video in the Ideal Auto Factory. We discuss RC drifting and vinyl wrapping. Today, we're going to be talking about the Radiomaster MT12 and setting it up for a drift car. So, keep God first. Let's get into the video. Now, here's my Yokomo MD1. I've been running it on my Samwa MT44 remote, and now I'm going to transfer everything over to the Radiomaster MT12. When you get a Radiomaster MT12, you get a 3-channel receiver. I opted to get a 5-channel receiver because it was just that cheap, and the Samwa receiver is a 4-channel, so I was like, let's up it and do 5 channels. Maybe one day I'll do on-off switches, things like that, to turn on lights and stuff. But I wanted the potential to do that stuff. I've been drifting for a while, and just steering, throttle, and gyro is like all you really need. But hey, why not have a couple more channels for something else? Let's pretend this is a 3-channel receiver. That would mean on most, let's go to, on most of them, you got channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and channel 4. Okay, channel 1 to turn, channel 2 to burn. Well, with the MT12, it's the opposite. Channel 1 to burn and channel 2 to turn. It's a drone-based radio, but they're getting into the surface world, so they made a surface radio, but they kept their logic the same. So when you're plugging this in, your channel 2 is now steering and your channel 1 is throttle. Now, what happens when you first want to bind this, you have to go into a sequence of things. Pretty much, you gotta you don't like put a bind plug in it. You have to like actually do this a bunch of times in order to get it to go into bind mode. And once you're in bind mode, you can bind it to that remote pretty easy. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. One of you guys were commenting and asking me about the MT12. And I said I was gonna make this video today. So I was wrong. Channel 3 is not the channel that's an on-off switch. It's channel 5. Channel 5 is the on-off switch. I'll link a video right at the 6-minute mark is when they start talking about it. But pretty much because of how the logic is with these remotes, receivers, channel 5 is not auxiliary, like how most receivers are. Channel 5 is not an auxiliary. It is a on-off switch. It is programmed into the receiver to be an on-off switch. So no matter what you do variably from 0 to 100 to negative 100, it is going to do 2 things, all the way on or all the way off. So you have to go in and change that if you're ever using channel 5. I plug my battery in. I'm going to turn on the remote. I'm going to go to the model, and then I'm going to pick a new car. For me, this would be car 3. All right, so we go to model. I've selected my car. Going ahead and return. And now that I have my car, I'm going to hit System, Express LRS, let it go, down to bind. And then it says binding, right? Well, nothing happened there, and that's because I haven't done what I needed to do over here. So I'm going to go ahead into channel 1. I'm going to plug and unplug that 3 times and then keep it plugged in on the 3rd time. Here we go. Oh. That's in bind mode. So I'm going to go to bind. That's loud. But now we have bind. And that is the main reason why you put this bad boy up. You don't want something weird to happen to your car. Some people would take the pinion off and then just let things happen like that. But hey, you're always safe when you put it up in the air. All right, here we go. We're going to plug this back in. Channel 1. Channel 2 is my steering. And channel 3. Channel 3 is my gyro gain. Let's go ahead and calibrate this throttle. Now, I haven't checked in here for any specifics on like 70-30 or anything like that. I didn't see any need for that, so we're just going to run it. We hold this, wait for it to blink. So we know that's neutral. Full throttle. And now brake. Calibrating it. Turning to the right, turning to the left. We have no trim, but the steering is all to the left somehow, so we're gonna have to fix that. So far so good. Nothing weird's going on. We have everything set up. Now let's see about the gyro. See that? Gyro function is fine. But on here, nothing's set up to where we want a knob to do everything. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The car is off. We're going to go straight into getting our steering and our gyro set up. So model, we're there. We're going to go all the way to page 4. Now, if you look, there's all these inputs. Inputs are every button that exists on this remote. Mixes. You can mix all the channels if you want. You have channel 3. And then we're going to go for channel 3. We're going to change that, edit it, and we're going to change the source to, if you long press this, and then you go to the pots, you have 1. So now the pot 1 is the input for channel 3. So this one should be, that's 2, so pot 1 is right here. So now when we go over to channel 1 outputs, oh, ooh, that got bright. Let's see, channel 2, let's go to channel 2. See that? As I turn the wheel, that number increases and decreases because channel 2 is our steering. Channel 3, see that is decreasing as I turn this knob. It increases. So now, back to that center point, I'm going to turn the car on really quick. Gyro's off. Nothing there because it's directly in the center. Watch that light turn. Got green and we're in the 18. And we're gonna go back, bring it back down. And so we have gyro gain. And that's not getting into too much. So let's go ahead all the way out. Just hold this, the return button. And let's change our page to look like something we actually recognize. So here we are. Look at that. So channel 3, increasing, decreasing. I don't know why channel 5 is moving, but I'm not worried about it right now. Nothing's connected to it, but you can see that's our gyro gain right there. So now that we got our gyro gain, let's get this steering squared away. I know I'm in the air, I will put the car down, but that's this toggle right here. So the third one, 1, 2, 3.
Trim center.
So now we know our trim for our steering, and then the trim for the throttle. So right before that.
Trim center.
Throttle, steering, gyro, all of our trims. And look at that. You set it up for drifting. Okay, so now that we know where steering trim is at, let's go ahead and set it up. Get that steering mostly centered. And this is on the channels monitor. But next we're gonna go over to that outputs page, not inputs, the outputs page, into the steering. And we're going to actually get our endpoints. Now we know the gyro has its own endpoints. So let's go and shut this off one more time. Put the Yokomo V4. Let's put this bad boy into, oh, there it is. Let's put it into the endpoint adjustment mode. Turn it on. Now we're in endpoint adjustment mode. So while that's blinking, let's go ahead and set this up. You can see that when we go and adjust this, take it down, I'm gonna take it down to about 50. Let's see what 50 gets us on the left. Yes, left. So 50 is not all the way there. So I'm gonna crank it up some. 45 is not all the way there, sorry. I'm gonna crank it up to about 50. Well, 50 is pretty close. So let's just say it's 50 for both. Just using this as an example here. I know you can get real precise, but it's still in the air, and I'm doing this for demonstration purposes. I'll get real precise in a little bit, but now we're taking the right turn all the way down to 50.5. So let's see what we get. Oh, that's definitely not enough. Let's go to about 70. Yeah, that's getting better. Got a little hair more room there, but we'll leave it there. We'll leave it at 70. The 70 is the max on the right. Minimum, meaning turning to the left, is 50.5. All right, Yokomo V4 all day long. Hold it to the left. Push the button. Hold it to the right. Push the button. We're good to go. Gyro functions perfectly fine, and our endpoints are there. Got EPA for the throttle, EPA for our steering. We got set up for gyro, gain, and we're done. This video is the quick cut and dry, straight to the point version. It may be a little long, hey, but at the same time, I wanted to show you without cutting any corners. So this has been another video in the Ideal Auto Factory. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to discuss as far as the MT12. I will be going over throttle curves, steering curves. Thank you for watching. Keep God first. I'll catch you on the next video.